Well, hello, and welcome into this Rivals Pro matchup between Phanium and Meekah. I'm your host, Gunther, and I'm joined by my good friend, GKPunk. How you doing tonight, Punky?
All right, I'm doing all right. How are you?
Oh, just dandy. Tired, but good. We do have our first ban coming in from Phanium. It is going to be Haven Island, so we'll see a ban from Meekah coming up next.
Haven Island getting banned once again. Well, we had a Haven Island tie earlier, which is unreal.
Yeah,
So,
that's true. I did see it. I had to follow it via chat as I was in the office and couldn't pull up Twitch or anything. I find it funny because Punky, you and I are esports fans, and we've discussed this ban format multiple times and the concept of the permaban, being able to ban the same map over and over and over so that you never have to play it. And it seems like for this tournament, Haven Island is just the permaban, but for the tournament, for whatever reason.
yeah, and Hokkaido is like a perma pick,
Yeah, it's and I mean,
which was interesting because in the last map, Moo's match that was banned. So I was happy like there was no Hokkaido in that match at all.
yeah, it's and you love to see it. Yeah, it is kind of interesting. I'd love to see the stats when all is said and done for what was the most like picked and what was the most banned and stuff at the end of this, just to get a feel of what these players
Yeah,
felt out of this map pool. What was the best for them to play.
yeah, I was thinking about it today. I just don't have time to do match by match
No,
analysis,
not
but at
yet.
some point, maybe by the end of this year, I will try to gather and sift through every single video. I want to have every player individual bans, player match individual bans, number of map individual bans, all those things I'll try to gather. There's a lot of things, even though this like one match is so small, there's a lot of information you can play with. So I want to do it, but I have no time to
Oh yeah,
think about
absolutely.
it. Berlin banned from Meekah. It's one of his favorite maps, but doesn't want to chance it against Phanium, who picks
Yeah.
Isle of Sgàil.
Okay, now that's a good one because I could see Sgàil kind of going either way if you're not practiced on it. There are obviously some safer strats, but there are obviously some faster strats as well that you can go for, and it's really about practice and timing, much like every Hitman map. But I feel like, and maybe this is just from personal experience and practicing on Sgàil feels like the timing is so much more important, just given how close the targets can be to each other. So it'll be interesting to see what comes up. Meekah is going to pick Sapienza.
Yeah, so let's see. Hokkaido's still in the pool of deciders.
Oh,
Nope,
but it just
taken
got
out by
banned.
Phanium.
Okay.
Nice. We could end up with another Whittleton Creek decider, which
Yeah.
I believe is what was played by Phanium against Moo as the decider. Phanium was down, uh, lost to Sapienza, and then came back with Moo's pick and then the decider to be
I
here to play this match.
I would love to see a Miami decider. Hey, Meekah heard my
Hey,
wish. All
nice.
right, so we have our three maps. Isle of Sgàil is picked by Phanium, Sapienza is picked by Meekah, and then Miami as a decider. Should we get there, we're going to get ourselves over to the match screen right now. And here we are. And neither player is live yet, or hang on. They just need to refresh. There we go. And then we don't have our overlay just yet. That'll happen when the spin has been concocted by Chris, who is our admin tonight. Thank you, Chris, for doing so. So yeah, we got Team USA getting back to our usual antics.
Team USA, you can't keep us down.
Can't keep us down, no matter the hour, as long as it's after
Eh,
we're all off work because we're
oh,
busy
as long as
folk.
we're not playing anybody.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and then you can indeed keep us down. So
Yes. Yeah, exactly. We will have all the banters in the podcast that I'm planning on doing, but I have no time to actually execute.
I am pinged Meekah because Meekah has gone live on alternate accounts before, and so I just want to make sure that Meekah is going to go live where we need them to go live. But yeah, so we have Sgàil up first. Obviously, this is a pretty fun map. Like, I think this is one of the ones that can really separate players of skill level, depending on how they go about it. But it can cause so many issues. You see, Phanium right now is practicing the phone lore on Zoe. Get around the corner. This is obviously a very, very fast way to get her into a nice and safe spot, real early doors. It kind of bypasses the MOC lore as well, which is one of the more time-consuming ones, but still pretty solid.
Yep.
And we have our overlays, and and we see our items bands. Our item bands are Flash Phone and Seeker. So that that strat that Phanium was just employing might not be as possible with this item ban.
Yeah, the problem with this, the flaw in this item ban thing is the flash phone usage in roulette can be, circumvented by using the explosive phone, because you don't use
That's
the
true.
explosive or the flash property, you just use the
You just
audio
use the
property,
phone property, yeah.
which is uh, unfortunate, but that's something I have thought about after the tournament has started, and just for consistency for this tournament, it has to be specified. But even if we don't have another version of this, I still want to compile a list of all possible bans and also put them in a group where it's more roulette centric. So you can ban phones, and then you can't bring any phones.
Oh, I got you. Like a more general,
Right.
ban
Yeah.
wording that encompasses everything. That would be great because, yeah, I mean the categories there. Like if you banned all the medics or something like that that would cause some real fun changes of strategy in several maps, I think. But yeah, same with like any type of explosive weapon or whatever, something where you then have to find the loud explosive on the map. Like, I could definitely see that having such depth down the line, especially when you get to later stages of the tournament.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
And our spin is live. Punky, will you go and read this one out, please?
Yeah, it's Zoe Washington with a screwdriver as the initiate, and Sophia with a sniper as Jebediah block.
Okay. So the Sophia one seems like a pretty straightforward one. We see Meekah is playing his start as the warehouse individual, and is bringing in that Seeker 300 Ghost, looking to get the early Jebediah block, and luring Sophia into the room with the radio lore, most likely. I think Phanium is going for the exact same thing. Pretty standard Sophia here. And then Zoe, what are we thinking for Zoe?
Probably MOC.
I think that
Initiate is just below it.
yeah, that looks like what Phanium is getting started here.
Watching an extremely long SSD ad on Meekah's side. It's kind of ironic, but
Oh, he hasn't loaded in yet either, so you could probably do with that SSD.
yeah, right.
Yeah, Phanium has opted to clear out the MOC area first, and it does look like that's where Meekah is heading as well.
Yeah, grabs a screwdriver on the way.
Yeah, but
which is
then he's
also
heading
available
back,
in the MOC room.
right?
The MOC room has to be like the single most Swiss Army knife room of like all of the trilogy so far. You can do falling object, you can do fall, you can do electrocution, you can even do drown.
Yeah, you can do fire too if you bring out to
Yeah,
the
yeah. You
the
can
effigy.
you can
There's
do
a lot.
literally everything,
Right,
and obviously live kills as well.
Meekah going for the Jebediah block lure here and getting some buffer. So hopefully, it does look like the peekaboo was pretty solid. So I do think that that's going to bring Jebediah in.
Yeah, has to watch out for Sophia's timing as well, which
Yeah.
is around 2 minute mark. Its block will be in a good spot where you don't actually have to drag him too much.
Yeah, this was nice and clean. Does let him get right by the window, which can be dangerous sometimes when you're knocking out block, but he's going to get him just fine. He's going to put him away. Phanium, meanwhile, is going to be able to bring Sophia into the room with that alarm clock lure. Doesn't have Jebediah yet, but has the MOC room also set up. So, I mean, that's a pretty substantial advantage right here. If he can get Jebediah block's disguise quick enough. And this could be very good for him indeed. Yeah, no.
Oh, a different radio lure. One into the bathroom.
Interesting.
I don't need this right now.
Yeah, I like that. I like that timing as well. Kind of the knowledge in order to know when exactly to trigger it, so that Sophia's the one that hears it. There's the sniper kill. As Jebediah block, he's going to go ahead and dump the body as well. He doesn't have to worry about that getting found or anything like that. Phanium is working on getting Jebediah over here. That looks pretty
You'd get
good.
a massive amount of suspicion meter because of this pistol and the sniper and all that.
Yeah,
Trespassing, obviously.
Now, this is going to be the fun part, because he's going to have to knock out Jebediah block basically as soon as he comes inside. It does look like he's eyeing that Calmer.
Block does... the
the
briefcase dropped there. Very smart.
Good use of that, yeah. There's
That's
the,
a beautiful
yeah.
Half scope or even a no scope shot. Really nice.
Yeah, and he's got his MOC lore basically set up, so he's in really, really good standing right now. Meekah heading over to the MOC area right now. Getting more whoosh because he didn't come over here as the custodian. But should still be able to get this pretty quickly. So he's got the snail, and he is allowed in here as Jebediah block.
Yeah, funny enough, he's not allowed in that platform or the area in the helicopter area to this room, but he is allowed
Yeah.
in the room. Just like our friend Blake Nathaniel, he's the same way.
Yeah, of course, Blake Nathaniel and Jebediah block needing to be carried in papooses to these areas.
Yeah. Yep.
Phanium, Meekah is eventually going to be able to get that snail to trigger. For whatever reason, the proximity was not working very well. Did eventually go off, though.
There's a thing with the snail, though, you see a question mark, is that one of the guards from below or somebody around it hears that, and he will come in to investigate that.
Yeah, that's just added time.
Finds the MOC's body as well. It's
This is gonna be, because he's started the money pit fire, which is gonna go ahead and bring Zoe in. But like, look where the guard is. He's gonna have multiple bodies.
And he's gonna wake the MOC up too.
Yeah, this isn't looking very good for Meekah. Phanium has the initiate disguise already dropped off.
That makes no sense.
Now he's bumping Zoe to keep her here for as long as possible. But, I mean, he's got so many bodies in this area. The guard is obviously enforcing. This is going to be... I don't know how he's getting out of this. It's going to take some serious improv.
Yeah, it's just too many bodies to manage. Now, one of them will go away, but one will come straight back. That's Zoe's personal guard, and
yeah,
MOC will go back into the conversation with the custodian.
Oh, this
no, target lockdown.
Oh, yeah, and then the instant combat as well. And meanwhile, Phanium has his initiate disguise. He's already started the MOC lore. Now he's just waiting for Zoe and her guard to come through. And then it's just a simple quick takedown chain. He's got his exit in the helicopter right next to him. Like, this is looking very, very solid. That initial setup really, really coming through. Oh, he gets a bit of whoosh there. Wow. Unbelievable. Totally oblivious is Zoe Washington as her guard gets knocked out. And yeah, Phanium should be heading to the exit. That's green gun. Shouldn't have any issues or rips here.
Yeah,
And that
really
is
well done.
nice and clean. I mean, obviously Meekah had like the tumbling act to kind of deal with there. But I mean, Phanium obviously had that very well in hand. I think even if you didn't have the guard coming up to investigate that snail sound, I still think that Phanium was slightly in the lead because he already had the initiative, or the initiate disguise. He already had everything set up down there, and yeah, just very, very clean. So that's going to be Phanium taking the first point here.
Yep, match point for Phanium. That's a draw will be a victory for him. So only way for Meekah to force the decider is to win his own map pick.
Yes, indeed. And remind us again, Punky, what is that map pick?
That is Sapienza.
So going to Sapienza. And this, I mean, you know, I feel like Sapienza is one of those maps that everybody kind of has a knowledge of, like a know-how down.
Yeah, it's kind of an autonomous, or this is players for players is like autopilot or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Just the 230 Franny and the panel Silvio haven't really seen anything
Exactly.
much different. Like one of the things I think we saw was tossing something at the roof so the guard goes upstairs, and then you have Francesca by herself for half a minute or something.
Yeah.
But it's still the same thing, the 230 in
Right.
her office,
Exactly.
or in her office. You don't really see her getting isolated somewhere else.
No, of course not. I think that there's too much. There's too much at stake to try and do something risky when you know something like that. I mean, 230 is not that long to wait, so like unless something extravagant comes about, I feel like we're gonna see something like that. So what could throw a wrench in the plans? What's gonna cause any issues for these players, do you think?
Unfortunately, there aren't enough firearms banned all together to make it more difficult to maybe get the virus or something.
Yeah.
Like the earlier match, there was silent snipers and the EMP were banned, but then the players had pistol.
Yeah, which can still work in a pinch.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get our item bans here very shortly, obviously, and yeah, should be fun. Let's see here. So we have our banned items now: EMP and the Seeker. So a second Seeker ban in a row this time. I must say,
Yeah,
I
EMP
gotta
just
say,
makes the exit a bit slower.
I'm
I
surprised
guess.
to see the Seeker ban on Sapienza, because I guess there's a couple of key disguises that it could cause issues with, like if the Entertainer shows up or something. But
Right.
but yeah, that's a specific condition to kind of deal with. So I'm not entirely sure.
Sapienza is the map that Phanium struggled a lot. No, I think Meekah was really busy, so he probably didn't get to watch the match against Moo, but that's the map that he lost against Moo. And it was really a struggle to get to that street performer disguise. For
That's right,
about
it's called
8
the
to
street
10 minutes,
performer.
he struggled to get the disguise, and then once he got going is when Moo finished.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was an interesting. So it could be, maybe he saw it. That's why he picked the map. Something like that could throw a wrench, and the EMP ban, like I said, like it delays the exit potentially, right? So let's say you both have pistols and you hit the virus for a shot, your opponent hits it in 6 shots. You have that 5-shot advantage, and there's no photo finish. You finish first, you win the match. Like, if you go that deep into strategizing and hope for RNG to fall into your lap, this could a talking point, I guess. I don't
Yeah,
know.
definitely. No,
I'm
you're
telling
absolutely right.
stories.
You're absolutely right. I think that you're right. I think that like too often people kind of think like, oh well, what's the complication that's going to affect getting these targets, you know? And in actuality, it doesn't necessarily have to be that. It can be whatever the blue objective is. What's going to cause these players to kind of trip up over that, you know? And I think that a lack of EMP can lead to that. Obviously, you have the safer strat of going for the stalactite, but like you said, like if somebody goes for the stalactite and their opponent manages to get the pistol shot from up top on the cliff, you know, I mean, one of those strategies is way faster. So, could definitely, and as you mentioned as well, like no photo finish means it literally only matters if you are a frame ahead of your opponent and you're able to get out.
Yep, definitely. All right, here it comes. The
Ooh,
Sapienza spin.
So we have SMG for Silvio Caruso, well disguised as Roberto Vargas, and Francesca DeSantis needs to be killed with a hatchet, or disguised as the Butler. So Butler disguise, obviously not one that's too difficult to grab without a seeker. Roberto Vargas, there are obviously many ways to get his disguise without a seeker, and some fast ones as well. But, you know, a little bit more risky. So this is going to be pretty fun to watch, I think. I do see...
yeah, it's just a good spin.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this will be a nice and fun one to get started with. Looks like both players are opting to start in the ICA safe house. Oh no, I stand corrected. Meekah is replanning for the kitchen assistant start, and Phanium with a quick replan as well.
Yeah, bringing in the emetic device potentially for the golf coach.
Yeah, that's
both
true.
unique disguises. Not difficult to get, but again, it's like how fast you get them, because
Right.
I don't think anything is difficult in roulette at this point after 9,000 tournaments.
Very true.
It's about how efficiently you do it. Like, yeah, we all can kill Nolan Cassidy, but some of us can't do the peekaboo.
Yeah, absolutely. And you see Phanium running through the kitchen with the sniper rifle. That is obviously a very valid strategy here. It does look like he's planning on going for the Butler disguise first here.
Yeah, the loadout allows him to bring in the sniper rifle, which is the second best thing you can have if you don't have the first best thing you can have if the EMP is not there.
Yeah,
because it's a surefire way you know where your shot will go, unlike the pistol. Playing with fire there, crossing the door. Oh, he saw the weapon. He's gonna go complain to the guard about it.
Okay, that's gonna cause a little bit of a delay for Phanium. He's still got plenty of time to catch Franny upstairs, but yeah, now he's got a body out in the open as well that he's gonna have to make sure is really tucked in.
Ooh, but look at Meekah here. Made the butler sick while he was sick. Went to grab the hatchet. Now he has the hatchet and the butler, and he's a minute ahead. Just has to watch out for this housekeeper lady. Just to go back out the window. Oh, Phanium in the middle of the room.
Oh, and yeah, that's... I mean, there's a lot of eyes there. He's got the sniper rifle on his back, and...
Oh, no, Meekah. Walking around. It wasn't even in his peripheral vision, but it was another house staff there cleaning the gigantic dining table, I guess. And, yeah, she spots you pretty fast. She is pretty annoying.
Yeah, I'm gonna give Meekah a little refresh here.
Yeah, I've had a couple of auto refreshes for some reason.
Yeah, there's I don't know what it is. It's doing the frame slowdown. Oh no! So Phanium taking the shot there too close, and is he's gonna cause a bullet panic, but he will get himself out of here, so he will be fine there. All right, now we're back in. Both players having unfortunate restarts, but sticking around the same time here.
Yeah, Phanium will be able to move all the eyes away so he can grab the disguise, gets away really cleanly, no other knockout.
Yeah, and that's ideal here because if you don't have other bodies that are kind of knocked out and in the way, then you don't have to worry about any of that stuff.
Ooh, he's got to book it against the guard. Wow, what clean movement there. Turns away, drops the sniper so he doesn't get fully spotted. It's nice use of mechanics.
Yeah, and grabs it up real quick before the guard notices what's on the ground.
Yeah, that's he's on console, but that's some PC level stuff going on there.
Yeah.
Like, you pressed a bunch of buttons just to do those 3 moves.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think that surprises anybody, like anybody who's watched Phanium play.
Not.
Like I feel like a lot of people can be forgiven for assuming he was on mouse and keyboard. Because he is just that
nice
capable.
skip there.
Yeah, had a skip as well on Phanium's side. And still having the slowdown over on Meekah's side, so hopefully that irons itself out shortly.
Both waiting for Francesca. Is she panicked? She's panicked. Well, no longer, but why was she panicked?
Oh
no, maybe she wasn't. She was just kneeling over in the office.
Gotcha.
I hardly see her in that, but quick trank on the guard, doesn't want to waste any time.
Yeah.
So Meekah gets the first kill, actually, even though he was trailing slightly behind.
Yeah, I mean, their times are fairly similar, but Phanium hasn't done anything extra this time around as he did on the previous map. And so, advantage Meekah currently, especially because Phanium still has to go down and get the hatchet from the shed.
The efficiency of Meekah making the butler sick and then bringing the hatchet to the butler, which is also very close to Francesca's position. So that efficiency looking good here. He just needs to follow it through. Still no kill, obviously, from Phanium's side.
Yeah, looks like he is going to get his Caruso isolation done here.
Successfully done.
And he does have Mansion Guard disguises that he can take now as well in order to go and get that hatchet kind of unperturbed.
Bit of a problem here from Meekah here. Roberto has decided to move on.
Yeah, and what's worse is that camera being right there. It looks like he's about to take it out. Yep, there it is.
He's going for Roberto next to the box here, which can be safe, but the guard has heard it, so he'll go for that. Yeah, that guy can be a problem.
Yeah.
Without emetics, that's what Phanium is going to do. Just place that as a guard, and he just walks to the bathroom.
Yeah, and so initially we're looking at the efficiency of what Meekah had done here as the better play here, but especially given Meekah's struggle with getting the Vargas disguise, now it's looking a little bit better for Phanium, saving that emetic for the harder to move target, because there are ways to get the butler without the emetic, but obviously it's not as efficient for this spin.
Yeah, and he's also got Silvio isolated, and he's still got green guns. So Meekah has added an extra bit of work for him with the camera, getting spotted by the camera there. Gonna shoot through the glass, get bullet impact, gunshot heard, all those things. And looks like he's gonna go for the select hide. Meanwhile, Phanium has picked up the kill. Oh no!
Oh!
The alarm.
Yeah, brought some guards in.
That's the oh my god. We were saying, the extra movements that you have to do. So he was pressing the button to open the door, which is triangle Y on console, the top button.
Mm-hmm.
And if you hold that in, that's the action to complete, turn the alarm on, and he turns the alarm on, obviously, and that's what caused the guards to come in right after the kill. Yeah. That's a massive setback.
Yeah, Oh, absolutely. Especially, I mean, Meekah's obviously struggled with the Roberto Vargas disguise change, but now has all this extra time thanks to what Phanium had done. Now, Phanium still has some faster things. Obviously, we've seen his Vargas grab is obviously much quicker than what Meekah has been able to do. He's got that sniper rifle for the EMP. Phanium with another rip here, but literally, like all Phanium needs is time. Like what he's got is some real solid ways to go about this. He just needs some time in order to get it all done.
Yeah, definitely. Now, kind of a reset here for Meekah. He decided to just do something else and complete an objective before deciding to work on Vargas once again. But now he's again the primary objective now. Virus taken care of, camera taken care of. Gonna chain lure this guard out of the way. Bit of a trouble getting that butler disguise, but he might be able to do it this time. Yeah, nobody else sees him.
Yeah, it seems like a strategy that works like kind of half of the time. So
Yeah, because that look at that body. That just I think that might have to do with head turning. Like that time, the guard just found it so quickly.
yeah, absolutely. And I mean, especially
it's timing
given
based.
the sniper rifle on the back too. Like a small head turn can become a large head turn very very
Yeah, because
quickly.
that's what happened that time before this one. He took the shot to move that guard, but he was in the process of slightly looking towards him. But then when he took the shot, and that turns into a spot. Guys, Silvio is going in towards the observatory room again, but Vargas is also cliffside. Does he have a trank? Looks like he does not. Oh, Vargas almost falls down the
Ooh.
cliff. He wouldn't have died, but his body was knocked out without a sedative, which means it would have been body found.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about where his foot is in that bush. Because I don't think that he's as tucked in as he needs to be. Yeah, Meekah's going to have to make a decision on what to do here because he's got to get himself upstairs and get this
He's
knockout
got
chain
one of the
going.
guards really far away, which is good, but he's playing it really
He's
safe.
playing so cautious
Now
right
he's
now.
caught up.
Which
Yeah.
I support here, but like that was an opportunity that he probably should have taken.
Yeah, that's very cautious. He doesn't want one of them to just weirdly turn. You know how the guards do that. So,
Yep.
gets both of
He's
them.
gonna
Silvio,
be able to get the kill
oh,
though.
he's trying. Don't punch him. Then you got neck snap the guy. He doesn't do it.
Yeah,
Luckily,
he manages
shoots him
to,
in the head.
He thinks about it too. He's like, okay, I want to punch him so I can line up the shot. Then he's like, oh wait, no, I'll just take the shot, and then he winds up going for it. And yeah, he's already got everything taken care of. He's just got to head himself to an exit. Phanium is too far behind, so barring an unnecessary rip from Meekah, he should be able to pull this even and take us to our third map.
Yeah, that's really good. That third map is Miami, and yeah, Meekah shouldn't get spotted. The only enforcer is at the gate, not the main gate, but the main door of the mansion or the villa. Oh, yellow shirts, nice. Extra points for Meekah for running over a yellow shirt. He will not get any. If this was 2016, that would have voided his silent assassin
kill,
run.
yeah.
But yeah, all the 2016 players that still play this game will be able to rejoice because that guy has ruined a lot of runs. A lot.
He has, absolutely. All right, so before we get our next map going here, I am going to try and fix Meekah's stream because we are having some serious lag delay, at least on the playback. It plays fine in the browser, but it's not really playing in.
I have low latency turned off. I don't know if that's making anything.
Let me
Our
take a look,
synchronization
I
different.
I believe I've got it turned off too, but maybe I don't. Yeah, it's off. So for whatever reason, it might just be the player link. And so what I'm going to do is we're going to just put in a separate browser source and put it in the same spot and just kind of go from there. So stand by, everybody.
Good to see some of these matches going into the decider. Obviously, in the beginning of the tournament, we had a bunch of 2-0s. The 1-1 is probably the most ideal one we want to see as a tournament host and admin, or not admin, but viewer, I guess. Admin probably don't want to write extra messages.
All right. So we're going to try this and see if this gives us anything better here.
Yep, it's a story as old as time. Rivals pro and technical difficulties.
Yeah, I am not sure what's going on exactly, but yeah, it's just causing some strange slowdowns and stuff, and so we'll see if this browser source works a little bit better. Not quite sure, but worth a go anyway. So yeah, so we are going to go and see Miami as a decider, which I'm really excited for. This is another one of those. This is another one of those decider maps that I think kind of everybody has something for. But like you said, like it's going to come down to kind of the efficiency of how you're going to go about it. Now, Meekah in that last match, or in that last map on Sapienza, didn't have the more efficient way of doing things. Phanium was definitely clipping through it a lot faster, but was able to get it done in far fewer restarts, which was really kind of Phanium's crux. You know, he obviously had the mispress on the alarms there, which caused some issues, but ultimately, like, he had several restarts in there, even if they were early, and Meekah only had the one main restart, and then from there was just kind of able to improvise and make it work. You know, it's such a huge gain when you can get 5-6 minutes on your opponent because they have to redo all their fast stuff just to catch up to where they were.
Yeah, definitely. It's like obviously the fast stuff, the more you fail, the less efficient they become in this type of thing where, you know, like if somebody has an 8-minute run and you have a 4-minute run and you fail it twice, now you're just as good as their 1 8-minute run, even worse because you're doing your third attempt.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you get to find the balance, and sometimes it's just like making that decision. But Phanium, again, consistently has shown that he's really good at that in-game decision making because he's consistently outpaced anybody he played in the planning phase.
Yeah.
And that's like part of the strategy, what you're going to do in the planning phase. You're like, I'm going to do this, so I need this item.
Right. Yeah, and you know, I don't think that people fully appreciate what exactly that means because anybody can come up with an idea of, okay, I've got a route really, really quickly. So they might get through the planning phase quickly. But Phanium does it in such a marvelous way because Phanium will be like, all right, I've got a route, and it just happens to be one of the more optimized routes, one of the best ways to actually get through it. And that's the impressive part of his planning phase, you know? And that's, I mean, we've seen it. He's beat Meekah into the game every single time out, you know? And I mean, part of that he's playing on PS5, but as well, he's just that good at the planning phase. He's just blowing through.
Yeah, I don't want to bring up the PS5 conversation here because I think that has
I know it's a touchy subject for some folks
in the community these days with the old gen versus new gen. But you give Phanium a PS3 and he'll still load faster than you.
Because he's gonna plan faster than anybody. Yeah, like load
Yeah.
times are material. I mean, that's part of the fast plan stage. You know, you get through the planning and you're able to get into the map faster. No matter what, you have less that you have to consider and think about. We do have our spin that's live, Punky. If you want to go ahead and read this off.
Yeah, this is a very unusual spin. You don't really see Suit much. Suit with a fire axe for Sierra Nox, loud explosive as the blue sea driver.
I love
for Robert.
everything about this. This is going to be so much fun. The best part of this is our bans are silenced pistols and remote emetic gas devices. So the remote emetic's not going to be as used here, obviously. But silenced pistols banned by Meekah. That is going to make the Robert Knox laptop lore possible. But if you want to do it, you're going to have to use a loud weapon, or you're going to have to smuggle in a silenced other weapon, which is going to take a loadout slot. Players obviously have all of the room that they need, but right here, Punky, again, you know, we've been talking about the planning phase and stuff like that. Meekah's still scrolling through, deciding what to bring in. Phanium's already 23 seconds into this run, already kind of knows what it is that he wants to do.
Yeah, definitely. 30 seconds in, he's started the default start. Meekah starting in the Dolphin, bringing in that silenced other weapon in the form of the SMG. And Phanium going for the sugar in the Kronstadt paddock, grabs his smuggle.
Yeah, Phanium with almost
pulls out the sniper in the middle of the crowd.
He got it away in time.
Yeah,
Good
VIP
use of,
ticket
buffer.
seller almost spotted him.
My goodness gracious.
Yeah, he just wanted that briefcase to be empty.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're also seeing the slowdown from Meekah's side of things again. It's so I really wish I understood what was going on, but that is a problem for future David to figure out behind the scenes.
Negative bitrate. Yeah, we had that
Yeah.
before earlier. Weird, funky stuff going on.
Oh, Meekah's timing as he's getting up here to Robert. Yeah, that's gonna be a restart right there. No way is he gonna be able to get through that, unfortunately. Phanium's come back and he's grabbed his sniper rifle.
I think I'm behind now. Oh, great, another ad.
Ah, good. Good. That's what we need. I think it's got to be, this does have to be an OBS issue because OBS is the problem playing it, because I can play it in the browser just fine. But the OBS side of things is not working out quite as well, unfortunately.
Yeah, I agree. I guess the server it's connecting to is probably problematic.
Yeah. Which is not ideal. I do wonder if signing into Twitch via OBS would benefit, like in the actual browser source itself, but that's, again, something that I'll troubleshoot off stream. For now, we're going to do what we can. Actually,
So Meekah decided to go for Robert first, obviously. Can be a remote kill, so he doesn't really have to be here. So going for him first is not really a bad idea, and then you can just do that on exit and don't have to worry about knocking out too many people. But looks like he's just gonna do it anyways.
Car 47. That's the behind the wheel.
Phanium does the sugar isolation protocol for Sierra, gets the peekaboo, should be able to get her, and then grab a fire axe. She's already in the suit disguise. Well, you can call it a disguise. the,
He's already
the
just in
spin
the suit.
says disguise. So
Yeah.
wear disguise suit.
No, I'm with you. I can't break the habit. I refer to them all as costumes, and I know that 47 isn't like cosplaying. Ooh,
Yeah,
that's a full spot on Phanium's side by the camera. So that's gonna be a restart from him.
yeah. Speaking of cosplaying, going to role playing, Meekah showing the VIP invitation to the guard to get access to that area.
It's a good use. I have I believe I've fixed Meekah's stream, so viewers confirm if indeed you see any more problems. And try and keep this as smooth as possible.
Oh man, grabs the sugar from behind the
Yeah, that
bar
was
there.
risky as all get out, but he does manage to grab it, which I am very impressed by, because that could have gone so very poorly. All right, now, what does Meekah have set up? Does he have Robert set up anywhere?
Yeah, he has Robert on
Awesome.
top of the roof there with the loud explosive device.
Yeah, that's got to be
prepped.
his exit kill.
Yeah, it has to be.
Yeah,
Grabs one of his dart guns.
This approach from Meekah is definitely a little bit more solid than what we saw from Phanium, because he doesn't have to risk trying to take this shot in front of a camera around a door, just catching the sliver of his guard's arm. He's just going to pull him down here. Can still get seen by the camera down here, so he does have to be a little careful. But or did he already take care of the security footage upstairs?
I think he did, yeah, because he started by the roof. You can just shoot it.
Yeah.
He should be all right.
Yeah, no, he's definitely taking care of it, because he never shot at that camera there, and he's able to walk right through it. So
Oh, nice. So I guess I'm behind you again. Nice.
I if it helps, I'm going straight from actual Firefox, because there's the only way that I could get it to
I
catch
should
up.
probably switch over to my browser. Since this overlay is very particular, you can't really have it side by side.
Right, of
But
course.
I suppose I can move now since the spin is no longer relevant to call.
Ooh, okay. We got the street enforcer. Meekah almost ran into, but thankfully catches it just in time and is able to skirt around him. He does have his fire axe. He's running around as security right now, I'm guessing to get himself back over to where Sierra is. And yeah, he's already brought his suit over here as well. So this is looking good for him, because he'll have both kills set up. Obviously, he'll need to grab the blue sea drive, or he might be going for that now. All right, so he's tossed the fire axe. I'm guessing just to. Oh, but he doesn't have a crowbar to jimmy this door open. And the security guard was too close, and so he's going to be the one to go and investigate. Okay, there's the crowbar to open up the door for the Blue Sea driver. Now it's just a matter of timing. Phanium is pulling Sierra off the track right now.
All right, I'm watching from my browser. I don't know if this will help, but
here's hoping.
Yeah, this
It's
got the blue sea moved already, so this will be.
And he's got
maybe
a trank as well, so he should be able to leave this body here. He's just got to grab himself the disguise. He's pulled the disguise off. His fire axe is over here, though. There's the explosive.
Okay, so he's at. Oh, Robert is down on the racetrack now, but the explosive with the knockout and the way it was placed, nobody heard it.
Yeah.
So that is not really a problem.
That's really nice, because I called it was going to be an exit kill, and yeah, I mean that theory is immediately put to shame, given that that's not an exit. So
it's a decent guess. Any loud explosive kills, you just wanna.
But that was,
But
I mean, that
Meekah,
was really solid by Meekah.
Good map knowledge there.
Yeah, I mean, because that's the difficult of these 2 kills. If I was going for it, like I think that the suit's obviously a pain with the large melee, but it's not impossible here. So
Yeah, and he's also playing really aware, looking at the photographers that could potentially spot you because they're looking down the balcony there. Pesky journalists. I don't know exactly what they're called. Might be called bloggers or something.
Meekah working on getting the Kronstadt mechanic disguise here. Nicely done. And obviously the suit is trespassing, so you can use this to peekaboo Sierra. I mean, this is looking really, really good for Meekah here. If he can get this cleanly and get himself out of here, most likely via medic exit, then, you know, Phanium's got a long way to go to catch up. He just grabbed his fire axe and he's bringing it back over to Sierra, who he does have set up, but it doesn't have anything nearly set up for Robert yet.
Yeah, exactly. So this is another story of comeback. I mean, the early one, Phanium was the one who was making the comeback. This one looks like it's going to be Meekah. If everything goes smoothly, which
That was a good peekaboo.
very little can go wrong because he
Yeah.
already has the cameras taken care of as well, and a
Hammer-
free disguise to grab for exit.
Target down.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, he should be good here. Nice silent kill for Sierra as well. A little bit of whoosh, but not a problem. Yeah, he's heading straight towards the medic disguise in this room. Yeah, there's just no way that Phanium makes this up unless something catastrophic happens over on Meekah's side. I think Meekah's going to be out, and Meekah with the reverse sweep is going to be able to take this. So yeah, nice calm patience on that improv on Sapienza is going to keep him in it, and then obviously the very, very well played Miami is going to finish it for him.
Yeah, that's all you need in the Hitman Roulette. Just a little bit of patience and perfectly timed luck and
Yeah.
nice execution.
I mean, and what a feather in the cap to not only beat Phanium but knock Phanium out of
Yeah,
Rivals
one
Pro
of the top
tournaments.
contenders of this whole tournament.
Yeah, so,
Out. But, you know, the path isn't going to get easier because up next is Infofun.
Oh yeah, no. Whoever won this, like that was their prize, and that is not a prize you want to be on the receiving end of.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, just absolutely fantastic play. I thought for sure after that scale with how dominant Phanium looked, I was like, all right, you know, Phanium's obviously got this in the bag. It's his to lose. Then obviously the kind of shakiness on Sapienza had really good plays. Just, you know, obviously the mispress I feel like is what changed a whole lot there. But yeah, just Meekah, hats off. I think anybody who kind of takes their time and is able to kind of get one run, even if it's long, done all the way through, like that can win you a match. Easy peasy if your opponent is going for stuff and they can't get it to work all in a row. So, yeah, very well done. Shall we take a look at the brackets, Punky? Yes. All right. So you can see down here in our lower brackets. We have Meekah moving on after beating Phanium. Phanium's going to be out of the tournament. And we'll go on to play In for Fun in lower bracket round 4. That one should be a fantastic one. We also have a couple other ones. Mando and Chris, which I believe is being played tomorrow. Yeah, these are all in my time zone. So tomorrow at noon PST, so whatever it is your time. And then we got Medi and Papier Fresse, who have yet to schedule their match, but hopefully that'll happen soon. And yeah, and the winner of Mando and Chris goes on to play Yanini. So getting to the pointy end of the brackets as they were. And yeah, this is heating up. It's getting exciting. So how many players do we have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players left in Rivals Pro.
Yeah. Less than half. More than half. 71% of the tournament has been played. Hopefully that other LB3 match gets played. The deadline is tomorrow, the 27th. Wait, no, it's already tomorrow. It's actually the next day, I guess, for Europeans. The 27th of July.
Yes. So yeah, hopefully, I'm sure that we'll be able to make this work. I hope so. But yeah, we've we're moving along. We're moving along, and yeah, should have the finals this weekend, correct, Punky?
Yeah, should be Sunday, the last day of this month, 31st.
Yeah, so that'll be awesome. So definitely keep your eye out for that. Obviously, keep checking back with Providence to see all the info and all the good stuff there. That is going to do it for us. Punky, thank you so much for joining me for this. Really appreciate it, as always.
Yep, definitely. Thank you for casting. Thank you for having me, and a special shout out to Chris for adminning this and taking this off of my hands so I can be a little free while co-casting, because I didn't feel very good co-casting while adminning.
Yes, much love to Chris as well, because that allowed us to free up to fix some of the technical difficulties on our side. So Team USA, we always got each other's backs. Nobody can say otherwise. That's gonna do it for us. Keep checking back. We'll be back with more Rivals Pro eventually. And take care, everybody.